as the Uniontown Red Raiders take on the Spartans of Schenley. Well, good afternoon. I'm Joseph Hoke. We welcome you to Hamer Hall on the campus of California, University of Pennsylvania, for this afternoon's opening round PIAA state playoff game. And it should be an interesting matchup this afternoon as the Uniontown Red Raiders, the third seed out of District 7, coming off that disappointing loss to the Penn Hills Indians, open up their state playoff bid against the number 2 seeded Schenley Spartans out of the Pittsburgh City League. And the Schenley Spartans are 25-1 coming into this ball game. Their only loss was in the City League Championship game to the Peabody Highlanders by 7 points a week ago Wednesday. For the Uniontown Red Raiders, they come off that disappointing loss to the Penn Hills Indians, 68-60, and now they look toward another possible goal, a trip to the state championship game in Hershey Park Arena. But they'll have their work cut out for them tonight. Schenley not only is the runner-up out of the City League, they have been the number 1 ranked state team in Quad A in the state of Pennsylvania most of the season up until that loss to Peabody. If Uniontown's to have any success tonight, if you look at this ball game, a lot of people may say this may be a mistake. But for Uniontown, I think to win this afternoon, they're probably going to have to up-tempo the basketball game. And some people may say, why? Against a team like Schenley, which is very talented. The mere fact is that the Schenley Spartans are 6'7", 6'5" inside, and they are a load to the Uniontown Red Raiders, who have had height difficulties all season. The key here is Uniontown's guards. If they can handle Schenley's pressure and they can shoot the ball relatively well tonight, they should be all right against the Spartans. If Schenley can play half court and pound the ball down inside against the smaller Red Raiders, it could be disastrous for Uniontown. But the Uniontown Red Raiders will try to avenge that loss to Penn Hills. They've got a tough task ahead of them here at Hamer Hall in California. If they're to move on in the state playoffs, they're going to have to take out the number 1 ranked team in the state of Pennsylvania. They'll have to take out the Schenley Spartans. When we come back, they're going to give the starting lineup, and we'll jump it up. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Spartans of Schenley. The road to Hershey begins in California. As we come back to Hamer Hall here on the campus of California, University of Pennsylvania, the starting lineup, we'll give it for the visiting the homestanding Uniontown Red Raiders tonight, a spot where they have been before. It'll be Tink Truly, Terrence Vaughn, Scotty Winfrey, Chris Jacobs, and Travis Grady tonight. Once again, they will be out without their big man inside, Carl Farrell, who will not play tonight due to the ankle injury that he suffered against Upper St. Clair. The lineup for Schenley tonight, it'll be Kissimmee Tompkins and Charles Jackson at the guard, Chaz McCrummins at one forward, Sean Hawkins at the other forward, and Nate Gerwig will be the big man inside, and he is a load. He is 6'6", and Big Nate goes about 250 pounds for the Schenley Spartans, and we inadvertently gave Schenley's record. It is now 26-1 coming into tonight's matchup for Schenley as they get ready to introduce the Red Raiders. Dave Shuck was kind of surprised early in the week when the state made this the site for this first round playoff game. Uniontown has had some success over the years, and in fact they've had success here already once this season, as they earlier in the year in a second round WPIAL playoff game, they lit the Upper St. Clair Panthers up down here, remember, by 30 points. The winner of this ball game this afternoon will get the winner of Bethel Park and Hollidaysburg, and a lot of people think Hollidaysburg will come out of that bracket. Bethel Park out of District 7. They are, as we look at the brackets here, and we need to find the boys bracket. We got everybody's bracket here but the boys class 4A. And here we go. Should they win, they will get, as we said, either Bethel Park or the team out of the central part of the state, Hollidaysburg. And that game would probably be played Wednesday, as they are now on the Saturday-Wednesday thing here. There's the girls quad A, and you know what, we're looking through here and we cannot find the boys quad A bracket, so very interesting. But it should be an interesting matchup, and I'll tell you what, if Uniontown can get by this one, they've got a good shot here at making some noise, I think, here in the state playoffs. But they're going to have their hands full tonight with the Schenley Spartans, who, talking to some people around Pittsburgh, really want to redeem themselves for the loss to the Peabody Highlanders earlier in the week when they lost over to Pitt Fieldhouse in the City League Championship game. And yeah, Hollidaysburg and Bethel Park, the A-seeded team out of the WPIAL. Hollidaysburg is the District 6 champion, so Uniontown could go right into the frying pan again, and in their half of the bracket, should they get by that one, there is a possibility that they could meet the Upper St. Clair Panthers down the stretch. The referees for this afternoon's ballgame, Ron Taberski, Frank Pryor, and Rich Kartuski. We are about to get this one started. It is Big Nate Gerwig stepping in against Travis Grady. And we're about to get this one started from Hamer Hall in California, Pennsylvania. And Uniontown controls the tap. Chris Jacobs quickly brings it ahead. And it's a 1-2-2 zone for the Schenley Spartans to open here. Very surprisingly, with the athleticism they have, that they didn't open up man-to-man. Uniontown nearly turns it over. Tink Truly, and once again, we talk about Uniontown's guards. They're going to be very big tonight against Schenley. They're going to have to get some penetration. Look for some kicks to Terrence Vaughns, Chris Jacobs, and Dare Jenkins when he's in the ballgame. They go to Chris Jacobs, loses it in to Big Nate Gerwig. The ball's on the deck. Uniontown, it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll belong to the Spartans of Schenley High School. Uniontown coming with that full court pressure. They inbounds. And Schenley breaks the pressure. It's man-to-man for Uniontown. Good matchup here. Quickly to try to go down the side, and Chris Jacobs with the still good post defense. And here come the Raiders back the other way. Quickly they get it ahead. Jumper on the way and down, and Uniontown takes a 2-0 lead. Terrence Vaughn. Pressure once again for Uniontown. Truly now with the nice Rihanna back dribble coming all the way. Dumps it off, lays it up. No, we're going to get a whistle and a foul. So good penetration by Schenley. And Nate Gerwig is going to go to the line here for Schenley. His first one is on the way. We got a 2-1 ball game. Nate, about 6'6", good 250, 260 back of the iron. Uniontown gets the rebound. Travis Grady. Schenley extends the pressure here a little bit. Quickly, Uniontown back the other way. Truly, good step in. Tink bounces it to Jacobs on the baseline. Chris can't get it to go down. The ball comes out of their control by the Spartans. They push it ahead. Jumper, back of the iron, won't go. Rebound, stick back good. Sean Hawkins with the bucket, and it's now 3-2 in favor of Schenley. Uniontown breaks the pressure. Jumper won't go for Terrence Vaughn. Good tap up and in by Travis Grady. And Uniontown regains the lead. Jackson handling the ball. Baseline move on the way, will not go. Out of there with it is the Spartans. Good hustle on the glass. Get it inside to the big boy Gerwig. Gerwig puts it up, won't go. Steps with it, lays it up and in. So Nate Gerwig, and now full court pressure for Schenley. And Uniontown turns it over. First turnover of the night for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Jackson with the ball. And they get it, toss it. Ball's one on a baseline reverse layup. So Charles Jackson gets the layup. McCrummins had turned it over, but it went in right into Jackson's hands. He gets the layup, and Uniontown sees Schenley pushing out to a 3-point lead. Baseline move, Tink Truly got it to go. So Tink with the layup, and that's what the Uniontown Red Raiders got through, nearly stolen by Scotty Winfrey. So I think Uniontown's guards here can play with Schenley. It's going to be how much Uniontown's post people can handle Schenley's big people. So McCrummins will handle the basketball for the Schenley Spartans. And we get a whistle, and we get a walk on Jackson, and they turn it over. Put Gerwick and Hawkins down inside are going to be problems for Uniontown all evening. And for Uniontown to go to somewhere where maybe they dead front the front post and bring a lot of backside help. Schenley staying in that little 1-2-2 zone. Skip it to the corner. Winfrey swinging it. Nice bounce pass into Travis Grady. Gets it blocked by Gerwick, and the big boy coming alone on the break, and it's stolen right back. Good job, but he gets it, Gerwick does. Kicks it all the way back out. McCrummins, Jackson's jumper will not go. Rebound, Schenley. And the Spartans right now doing a job on the baseline. Hawkins' jumper will not go. Uniontown's Travis Grady. They're going to have to do something on the glass here tonight. Schenley cannot get 2 and 3 attempts at the glass here. Winfrey for 3. Nope. Good rebound by Terrence Vaughns. Good ball movement here by Uniontown. Good step in. That's what you want. Squeak to Terrence Vaughns. Air ball. Gets the back of the iron. Here comes Schenley running the other way. McCrummins has it picked by Tink Truly. Tink with some quick hands gets the steal off McCrummins, and back comes Uniontown. Terrence now. This is Uniontown now about 20 feet away. You got to look into the gaps here. Step in a little bit, make something happen. Move the basketball. There's where you want it. Jumper, elbow down. Chris Jacobs with the jumper. And there's where you want to work against that 1-2-2 zone. That elbow and then look down to the backside. Good job by Uniontown that time. Looking inside, they get it to Hawkins. Baseline jumpers down. Sean Hawkins, 10-footer baseline. Uniontown now looks their answer. Quickly they go to the corner. Bounce and they get a kick. And I believe we have subs for Schenley and Uniontown. Schenley leads it as the Raiders look to cut in a little bit more. Man-to-man for Schenley out of bounds. Truly now holding the top, and they get it to Scotty Winfrey, and Scotty's going to be called for a walk. Took a little bit too many steps there. Now Schenley has come out with this group of kids and has gone man-to-man against Uniontown. At least in the half court here. Pushing it ahead. Baseline they go. Uniontown now trying to trap a little bit. Nearly stolen away by Tink Truly. Jumper on the way down. Givens gets it to go down. Higgins, excuse me, with his first bucket of the night. The air Jenkins now in the ballgame. Let's see if they free up the air a little bit here. Truly good move. Kick out. Jumper by Nelson Jones won't go. Uniontown battles, but Schenley gets the rebound. Right now, Schenley's size giving the Red Raiders all kind of problems inside. Down to the baseline they go. Good kick back. Lay it up and in. Hawkins with his 6th point here of the first quarter. And Schenley pushes the lead out here. Nelson Jones now. They get it back to Truly. Truly, they're trying to spread the floor. I like this idea. They're trying to spread it. Let Truly step in. Tink coming all the way. Kicks it back out the air. Jenkins, 3 on the way and down. Big 3 by Dier. But I like the idea of a little 1-4 set where they're spreading the floor a little bit. Allowing Tink Truly and them to get a little bit of penetration and look for the kick out. Uniontown now coming full court man-to-man. All the way they come. Tapped away. They kick it back out. 3-pointer on the way down. Three-pointer. Truly coming all the way, and see that's a great job right there. Tink looking to kick it out, get a little penetration. And what Uniontown looks like they're doing is they're emptying the block and giving out a little lane where he can step up in with it. McCrummon's back in the ball game for Schenley. I believe Jackson has come back in. Charles Jackson. But Sean Hawkins and Garwick are the big people here for Schenley to watch tonight. They get it in the corner, and we get a whistle, and we get stepped out of bounds. Wow. Tough break here for the Red Raiders. Full court pressure. See, there's the clear down, so there'll be no, so they stay away from the traps. Oh, Charles Jackson with the sweet move coming all the way. But the guards handle the ball really well here. Travis Grady with a lot of pressure, and they turned it over. Tell you what, these three officials will let people play. And Nelson Jones, I like this idea because now they're going to bring a post person out to cover Nelson Jones. Shoot Scotty Winfrey. Scotty Winfrey with a great move to the glass, and he's going to get fouled and go to the line. And Cassini Tompkins picks up the foul. And Scotty Winfrey is going to go to the foul line. Shoots a pair. And you know, every one of these is going to be important for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Second one on the way. Scotty can't get it to go. Good rebound by Nelson Jones. I'll tell you what, that young man plays like he's 6'8". Nice job. Good move inside. Terrence Vaughn. And Nelson Jones, keeping his head up, was able to make the play. Jackson, nice pass, puts it up, will not go. Bodies all over the place, and short jumper's down. Higgins, he of the headband. Here come the Raiders quickly. Vaughn at the last second at the quarter will not go. And that brings us to the end of quarter number one. A good quarter for the Raiders. They only trail by 5. It's Schenley 18, Uniontown 13. Okay, back to Hamer Hall on the campus of California University, Pennsylvania, where Uniontown trails by 5. And if you're wondering why we did not give you the score throughout the first quarter, I did not know we were doing this game until about 10 minutes before the game, and I was ill prepared, but we've seemed to get that a little bit rectified. Jumper out of the corner for 3, and the Raiders have cut this to 2. (18-16) in favor of Schenley. Uniontown now, a little man-to-man. They get it down inside the Gerwick. We get a foul, and it'll be on Nelson Jones for a hold. Sidney Tompkins will inbounds for Schenley. They get it into Charles. Nice head fake. Jackson's jumper off the glass and down. Four-point Schenley Spartan lead. Jumper out of the corner by Terrence Vaughn is down. Second 3 in a row. Uniontown now has cut it to 1. Nearly turned over middle of the floor. Uniontown fans wanted to walk. Now they're going to get it. Oh, wait a second. We're going to call a foul on Uniontown. So the Schenley Spartans with a 1-point lead. Uniontown has come out and hit back-to-back triples. I believe they called it on Travis, and Travis, I believe, has his third now. Uniontown to zone it out of bounds. They get it in, skip it. Jackson thought about it, now pulled back out. Schenley has not been real crisp running against Uniontown's man-to-man here in the half court. Really thought they would do a better job of just pushing it down inside. Jackson's jumper will not go. Gerwick tips it back. Jackson stays with it, and they have to pull it back out. Back inside to Gerwick. Gerwick puts it up, will not go. Hawkins, turnaround, got it. And he's fouled. Sean Hawkins. 22-19. Nelson Jones gets the foul. Hawkins will go to the foul line. This to give Schenley a 4-point lead. And right there you saw the height advantage and the differential as Uniontown gave Schenley 3 or 4 opportunities on the offensive glass, and the Red Raiders cannot do that. Got it. 23-19, Schenley Spartans. Raiders look to break the pressure. Once again, that zone, that little 3-2 or 1-2-2. And De'Aaron Jenkins is wide open in the corner. Can't get to go down. We get a whistle and a foul. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Schenley inside. Is that on Gerwick? Team third. I believe it's on Jackson. Good ball movement here. Jumper out of the corner. Another one. They have hit 3 triples here in the second quarter. And it's a 1-point lead again for Schenley. If they shoot like that, they'll be all right. Penetrating move. Put it up. Will not go. Gerwick, stick back. Won't go. Ball belongs to the Red Raiders. Uniontown's just going to have to hang in and battle here. Full court pressure here. They get a foul. I think that kind of surprised Uniontown that the pressure came that way. 3 3-pointers here in the second quarter for the Uniontown area Red Raiders. Once again, at one, now they get it to Nelson Jones. Nelson skips it all the way back out. De'Aaron Jenkins, jumper in front of the iron. Good rebound there by De'Aaron. Truly, good move. Can't get it to go down. Rebound. Uniontown battles hard. It comes out to the Schenley Spartans. Quickly, Kissimmee Tompkins. He loses it on a sideline. Uniontown battles for it. Raiders come out of there running. They're 3-on-2 if they hustle. Tink need to get it under control. He does. Pull-up jumper by De'Aaron Jenkins will not go. Good crash of the glass. And Uniontown right now has got this game the way I think they need to play it, up and down. And there will be a Raider foul, but by running up and down the court, Schenley cannot allow Gerwick and Hawkins to establish their post position, allow Schenley just to dump it down. Uniontown has not gone as deep on their bench here tonight, this afternoon, as they usually do. Nearly a 5-second call, but Schenley's going to get the 22nd timeout. So the Red Raiders hanging in here against the number 1 team in the state. Schenley leads at 23-22. Uniontown has cut that 5-point lead down to 1. But you wonder right now, because Uniontown usually used to going 8 or 9 deep. We have not seen David Winfrey off the bench yet. He usually plays a lot. And without Carl Farrell, they're in a little bit of trouble there too. So Uniontown a little bit... with their bench tonight, not going as deep, and you wonder if that first 5, and with Travis Grady with 3, is going to be able to hang in here. Schenley will inbounds. They lead it by 1 over the Uniontown area Red Raiders. The winner takes on either Bethel Park or Hollidaysburg, probably Wednesday night at a site to be determined. And if Bethel Park can somehow pull an upset, that game will probably be at Ringgold. Truly, watching Charles Jackson, great matchup there. See if they try to go down inside here. Higgins with the basketball. Higgins coming all the way. Higgins baseline jumper will not go. Tap up and in. Didn't see who got it. It was Jason Benson. Stolen. Here comes Schenley. They're running. They turn it over. Benson with the bucket for Schenley, and then Uniontown turns it over. 3-point lead for the Schenley Spartans. Now man-to-man, and we're going to get a foul right out in the middle of the floor. And I believe that's Charles Jackson. And Charles got his second. Tink Truly working hard, coming all the way. Truly lays it up and can't get it to go down. Good rebound by Nelson Jones. There's where some penetration helped the Uniontown Red Raiders out. Walk by Jackson, middle of the floor. And Schenley seems to be a little bit unnerved here. They didn't play particularly well against Peabody in a city title game, and you wonder if the layoff now is carrying over to this afternoon. See if the Raiders can get the lead here. They have not held it since 2-0. They trail by 1. Baseline, Winfrey can't get it to go down. Rebound by the Spartans. And quickly, Schenley wants to come the other way. Nice pass, good hustle, Terrence Vaughns. Uniontown with the strip. Good job by Terrence to hustle along with Scotty Winfrey. Raiders push it out. Here they come, a 3-on-3 all the way, whistle and a foul. Great hustle on the other side of the floor by the Raiders. And a large contingent of Uniontown people here at Hamer Hall. Dude, they were filling in here on the Berlin's Brothers Valley side as that was the first game, Berlin's Brother Valley Monessen. And I thought the Uniontown people were just taking over down there. Cassini Tompkins is watching Tink. That's a great matchup there. A lot of athleticism. Dude, these may be the two most athletic teams in the state of Pennsylvania on the floor right now. And he bounces it in. Truly working hard. Tink kicks it back out to Nelson Jones. Nelson is going to get fouled. And that's going to send Nelson Jones and the Uniontown Red Raiders in a 1-on-1. Need to make free throws here if you're Uniontown. Chance to tie the ball game. Can't. Higgins can't get the rebound. Nelson Jones runs it down. Truly steps in. See, that's good penetration, good step in. Look outside. Nelson Jones bounces it down. Pierre Jenkins nearly walks with it. They get it back out to Tink, and now Tink needs to get it settled back down. Good move. Tink Truly up and in. And Uniontown with the 1-point lead. Higgins nearly walks with it. No call. Throws it up. Whistle. Now we get a whistle and a foul. Wow. Higgins threw it when he moves. You'd see at Bailey Park. Wow. Kobe Bryant. Hawkins gets fouled, and Sean's going to get on the line here, looking to tie the basketball game. Uniontown has taken the lead for just the second time tonight at 26-25. And we're tied as Hawkins buries the free throw. Terrence comes into the ball game for Nelson Jones. And you wonder, we haven't heard when the Raiders are going to get Carl Farrell back, and I tell you what, he would be a big addition here, especially helping on the glass. Buries them both. 27-26, Schenley by 1. Truly around Tompkins into the glass. Tompkins can't handle him right now. Nearly stolen by Tink. Higgins. Good ball movement. Higgins can't get to go down, taps it up and in. Excuse me, Sean Hawkins. All the way, Raiders back the other way, De'Aaron Jenkins. They give Hawkins the tip in down here on the other end. 30-28, excuse me, 30-29. Raiders still, here they come. This is Jenkins all the way. De'Aaron puts it up and in, and he's fouled. De'Aaron Jenkins gives Uniontown a 3-point lead. And we'll go on here, looking to give Uniontown a 4-point lead. Can't get it to go. Big rebound. Higgins now handling the basketball for the Schenley Spartans. Uniontown by 3. Near tripped out in the middle of the floor, no call. Kissimmee Tompkins bounces it. There's the jumper by Hawkins. Will not go. Air ball. Battles for it. Jumper. Good. Benson gets his second bucket of the night. 1-point Raider lead. Once again, there's the kick out. Good job. De'Aaron hits the side of this banking board. Good rebound though. Winfrey step in. Scotty tries to dump it inside. Ball's on the deck. Here come the Spartans. Nearly walked with it. There's a near walk. Can't get it to go. Rebound Uniontown. Raiders want to run back the other way. If they hustle their 3-on-2. And Tink gets caught in the air. Here comes a long lead feed. This was intercepted. And now it's getting out of hand like it's playground. And we get a foul. No, they're going to get an offensive foul on Schenley. That looked like something we used to play on 5th Avenue when I was living on North Side there. And for the first time, the Red Raiders look a little bit tired here. (32-31) Uniontown. And the fans up here wanting free throws, but it was an offensive foul, and you don't get that. Nice dump down whistle and a charge. You can't get what it is. They call it a player control foul, and you don't shoot free throws. So hopefully I taught Eric a little basketball call. Yeah, what they called was a player control push-off foul in Schenley, and it's like a charge. You don't get to shoot the free throws. Schenley will shoot a 1-on-1. But see, on a charge, they shouldn't. They miss it anyway. Here they come. De'Aaron Jenkins. Truly now. Step in. Good job by Tinks. That's good ball movement right now against man-to-man. Good matchup zone. Chris Jacobs hanging. Will not go. Rebound by Schenley. So we're stuck on 32-31 Raiders. Higgins coming all the way. It's stolen by Terrence Vaughn. Here come the Raiders. Truly around one man. Tink puts it up off the glass. Count it. (34-31) Uniontown. And what a big bucket by Tink Truly at the end of the half. We've got 1 half of play down here in California, Pennsylvania. You're watching high school basketball on Herald Standard Television. Uniontown 1 half away from pulling the upset. It's the Raiders 34. As we come back to the newly renovated Hamer Hall here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania, where the Uniontown Red Raiders lead the Spartans of Schenley by 3 as we get ready to start the third quarter. The road to Hershey and a chance at the Pennsylvania State Quad A basketball title. And it has not been won by Uniontown since, I believe, 1980. Jumper by Schenley on the way here to start the second half. And you remember Uniontown defeated Springfield Delco in their last state championship appearance. The Raiders, though, would like to make a run here. Scotty Winfrey now. As Schenley has opened up the second half man-to-man. And see the Raiders now taking some time off the clock here. See, I think they still just have to attack it. Jacobs lays it off, and they kick it all the way back out. Now, Coach Shuck has been known to use whole quarters. Can't get it to go down, Scotty can't. Good rebound. That is what Uniontown has to do more of. Truly puts it up, whistle fouled. The 5 on the floor for Uniontown. The original starting 5 of Tink Trudy, Terrence Vaughn, Scotty Winfrey, Chris Jacobs, and Travis Grady. It'll be Kissimmee Tompkins, Chris McCrummins, Charles Jackson, Sean Hotkins, and Nate Gerwick. And he gets it to go down, and Uniontown now owns a 35-31 lead. Second one goes down, and the Raiders now have their biggest lead of the night by 5 at 36-31 over the Schenley Spartans. And the more this game goes on, the more confidence Uniontown gains. Jumper on the way, will not go. Good rebound, box out by Tink Truly. Truly thought about the long pass. The Raiders now will push it up the sideline. Good job by Uniontown running the break, and Gerwig pins it off the glass. Jumper will not go. Uniontown runs it down again. Hustle, and it will stay with, and it will go to Schenley. Looked like it come off Kissimmee Tompkins, but they're going to give it to the Schenley Spartans. Jackson will handle against the man-to-man. Now to go back to Tompkins, and he will handle the pressure. And now we have a foul. And I believe a call on Uniontown. Tink picks up the foul. Team first, I believe that's Tink's second here. Tompkins goes all the way. I tell you what, Schenley is not real crisp in their man-to-man sets. Good ball movement there. Jumper is down. Jackson makes it a 36-33 game. Schenley now stays man. They have played a little 1-2-2 zone here. Jacobs, jumper, will not go. Rebound by Hawkins. So Uniontown now has switched their little movement. They've gone to a little screen where they get the postman coming up. Oh, great hands there by Tink Truly. They're screening down, getting Chris Jacobs to pop straight to the foul line. But what great hands on defense there by Tink Truly. See if Tink shakes his man. Pull-up jumper, will not go. Rebound. So Sean Hawkins is a man inside. Quickly, Schenley runs the break, lays it up and in. And Chaz McCrummins with the bucket cuts it to 1. Uniontown calls timeout. And Coach Shuck being very animated here with this one. Just a little bit ago, Uniontown held that 5-point lead. You saw right there a little bit at the end of the first half, the Raiders were getting a little bit fatigued. As we said, they're usually a team that likes to play a lot of bodies, but tonight they have gone really with just 6 guys in their lineup. The original starting 5, and then off the bench, he has worked Nelson Jones and Gare Jenkins into the ball game. That has been about it. Schenley is 26-1. Uniontown is 21-3 coming into this ball game. Winner gets either Bethel Park or Hollidaysburg. Quickly, Uniontown pushes it up. Nice pass, lays it up and in, Travis Grady. 38-35, Uniontown leads it. And the ball is lost out of bounds to the Uniontown Red Raiders. As if Bethel is the district WPIAA A seed, Hollidaysburg is the District 6 champion. Schenley, representing the city, as the second seed. Number 1 seed went to Peabody. Jumper down. Three-pointer. And Uniontown with a 41-35 lead. Their biggest of the night. They lead by 8. Jumper. Will not go. Rebound. Tapped up. It belongs to Schenley. So the Raiders have come out here, extended their lead at the half of 3 to 41-35. They lead it by 8. Their biggest lead of the night. Gerwick gets it stripped. Puts it back up. Will not go. Tap up good. (41-37). Excuse me, it's a 4-point lead. Good job. Chris Jacobs makes it back to us 43-37, 6-point lead. All the way, out of control, they give it to Schenley. And right now, the Spartans seem to be a little bit in disarray here, as Uniontown has pushed this out to 43-37. Uniontown's man-to-man has given Schenley problems. Higgins. McCrummins almost has it stolen. He now has it picked from behind. Here come the Raiders. It's De'Aaron Jenkins going coast to coast. And now it's an 8-point lead. Biggest of the night. 45-37. Schenley's got to talk it over here. Uniontown has come out here and pushed it to 8. It's the Raiders 45. Schenley 37. You're watching Harold Standard High School basketball.
Selecting an attorney can be difficult. Did you know that there are almost 1 million attorneys in the United States? Did you know that a national board measures their experience and expertise? And that fewer than 2,200 achieve certification? Did you know that only 30 attorneys in the country were certified in both civil and criminal law? Did you know that 2 of them live and work right here? Meet James and Samuel Davis, the hometown professionals at Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law.
Schenley coach Fred Skoracki needs to talk it over there as Uniontown has come out here in the second half. Pushed that 3-point lead that they had up to 8 at 45-37, and right now they have been able to run the basketball up and down the floor on the Schenley Spartans. And right now the Raiders are filling this a little bit. And they will come with full court pressure against the Spartans. You wonder if Schenley is still feeling the effects of the loss in the city championship game to Peabody. Higgins will handle the basketball for Schenley. Inside they go, get it back. Nice ball movement, the big boy lays it up and in. Gerwick makes it 45-39. Uniontown back the other way, can't get it to go. Rebound, here comes the Spartans. Inside they go, gets it blocked out of there. Hawkins jumper down. And that Uniontown lead is quickly down to 4. 45-41. Man-to-man by Schenley. Now they moved it to a 1-2-2 zone, so they got out of the man-to-man. Need to find that gap. Here they come. Truly gets it pinned on the glass. Back comes Schenley. They're 3-on-2. Hawkins lays it up. Will not go. Battle for it. Comes out of there. Short jumper. Will not go. Uniontown gets the rebound. And now it's stolen by Gerwick and laid up and in. 2-point Red Raider lead. Now they want to talk it over. It's only a 22nd, but that 8-point lead is down to 2. A quick 6-0 run by the Schenley Spartans. And we'd like to just say here, as we have this 22nd timeout, the Jefferson Morgan Rockets with their big win over Forbes Road Friday night. I believe they will be in action Tuesday night. No site has been told yet, but the Rockets will take on District 10 perennial power Kennedy Christian. As Jefferson Morgan right now, they are the only team left with Uniontown as the Lady Colonials of Albert Gallatin. A tough loss to State College on Friday night, but what a great season that they had over at Albert Gallatin, and the end of the Katie Kelly era at Albert Gallatin, but there's still some talented players over there. Quickly they go, corner, Deere Jenkins. Big three-pointer, pushes it out to 5. Whistle, turnover. Nope, they're going to call an illegal screen over there on the elbow. And that may be the first time I've seen that illegal back screen called this year. You know, as a coach, you always complain about it, and the ref always looks at you and goes, what illegal back screen? But once again, we'd just like to congratulate Albert Gallatin on a great season that they had. Once again now, Schenley has gone back to the man-to-man. Nice look by Scotty Winfrey. Truly wanted to step in with it. Now they go to Nelson Jones. Uniontown being very patient. This is good here. I'll tell you what, Nelson Jones is battling the big boy inside, trying to get post position. Good steal. Sean Hawkins gets it. Charles Jackson handling the ball, looking like Allen Iverson. Long jumper from three-point land, won't go. Uniontown gets the rebound. Scotty Winfrey starts it the other way. Good skip. Gets it blocked. Gerwick with the tip. Here comes Higgins. Higgins coming all the way. Puts it up, can't go, no call. Rebound, stuck back it in. Charles Jackson makes it 48-45. Uniontown clears down a little 14 set. They go back to Deere Jenkins. Down. Deere Jenkins has lit it up here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. 51-45, 6-point Raider lead. Jackson was looking to go inside. Good move. Hawkins dumped down, whistle foul. And Gerwick with the emphatic dunk at the end, putting the flush down. Jenkins gets the foul. Some people from Uniontown over here want a technical on Gerwick. Deere Jenkins having just a phenomenal basketball game here. You know, them threes have been so clutch here as they've kind of stemmed the Schenley run. Inbounds play, tapped out. Great play by Schenley, though. Spartans having some trouble. It's stolen. Raiders want to run with it. Here they come. Lost the ball. It belongs to Schenley. Tough break here. And Nelson Jones quickly gets, I believe, looks like Deere Jenkins out of there. No reason to get any kind of technical or anything here late in this quarter. Schenley, the runner, down. Charles Jackson throwing up the running one-hander. Uniontown may play here late in the quarter. Look for the good shot, possibly one. 51-47. Truly going all the way, kick it to Deere, jumper on the way, will not go. Jacobs tries to run it out, keep it alive, nice job. Winfrey back to Chris Jacobs, will not go. 3 quarters of play down here from Hamer Hall. It's Uniontown 51, Schenley 47. We got one more quarter left. Can the Raiders pull off the upset?
Harold Standard High School Hoops is sponsored by Jackson's Farms, 43 years locally owned. Farm fresh milk and homemade ice cream. One-stop shop. Dairy, deli, bakery, and hot lunches daily. Toby's Golf on the corner of Beeson and Fayette Streets, a full-service station. 24-hour emergency road service, state inspection, and minor auto repairs. Choice Fine Jewelry in Uniontown, the most trusted name in fine jewelry. Large selection of diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Watches custom designed and repaired on premises.
Maloney's, located in downtown Uniontown, serve traditional Italian and American cuisine. Open for lunch and dinner, also featuring a private banquet room. Maloney's, a Uniontown tradition for nearly 50 years.
Penn State Fayette is roaring into the millennium with our 4 programs. Our basketball, volleyball, softball, and baseball teams are recruiting players for the fall 2000 seasons. Call admissions team or visit our website and join the Penn State Roaring Lions. Valley National Gases, located on Route 40 East in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Call 438-1161. The following businesses and individuals help to make this broadcast of the Uniontown Red Raider Playoff basketball possible.
Injured in an auto accident? The hometown team at Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law has been helping local people recover from their injuries since 1976. And there's no fee unless you recover. Davis & Davis, a team of professionals working for you.
As we return to Hamer Hall here at California University of Pennsylvania, where the Uniontown Red Raiders lead the Schenley Spartans 51-47, a 4-point Raider lead here as we enter the last 8 minutes of his opening round state playoff game. And Uniontown has taken everything Schenley has given them so far, and you really wonder, they've got to hold on for 8 more quarters, but you wonder if the Raiders are getting just a little bit fatigued, because as usual, not very uncharacteristically, they have not gone as deep off the bench as they usually do. Uniontown inbounds to start the 4th quarter. Tink Truly, Scotty Winfrey, Nelson Jones. I believe we have Terrence Vaughns and Chris Jacobs. Truly, whistle, and they're going to call a charge. And we have Derek Jenkins in the game, so for Uniontown, but a tough call there to start the 4th quarter on the Raiders. Uniontown full court man-to-man. Derek Jenkins now putting pressure on the basketball. Schenley trying to get a little bit more movement. Higgins, turnaround is down. 2-point Raider lead here. Every possession in this basketball game now becomes critical. And a whistle and a hold. This is going to be called on Schenley down low. They called a Schenley foul on Chaz McCrummins. Man-to-man on the inbounds here for the Spartans. They pull back out here against Schenley's man-to-man. See if Uniontown tries to run some time. Pierre Jacobs, who's just had a great ball game here for the Raiders. He has really stepped it up tonight off that bench. Truly can't get it to go down. Rebound by Higgins. Here comes the Spartans all the way. Layup, we're tied. We're tied at 51. Chaz McCrummins has evened it here for Union, stolen. Here come the Spartans again. McCrummins all the way. McCrummins spin move, lays it up and in. Uniontown trails. For the first time here in the second half, Schenley has taken the lead at 53-51. The Uniontown fans wanted to walk, and it looked like McCrummins did. Uniontown takes timeout. It's a full. And the Uniontown Red Raiders have seen that 4-point lead evaporate here against Schenley. And there looks to be a little bit of fatigue here with the Red Raiders. And they're going to have to suck it up and dig deep here, because this may be the most critical point of the basketball game. They held a 51-43 lead at one time here. And Schenley has come out here and, it's 45-37. Uniontown ended the quarter up 51-47, and Schenley has ran the first 6 here to start period number 4. The Uniontown faithful on this side of the floor trying to get the Raiders fired up. It's Winfrey Truly. As Scotty inbounces. They go to Terrence Vaughn. Terrence quickly gets it back to Tink. Catch Scotty coming. Nice pass by Scotty Winfrey. They can't get it to go down. Chris Jacobs couldn't finish it, but he'll go to the foul line here. Gerwig gets the foul. And Chris now with a chance to even the ball game back up. Got it. Charles Jackson re-enters the basketball game for Schenley. Chris looking to even this one up. Can't get it to go down, and we have a foul. Gerwig had the rebound, and I believe the foul may be on Scotty Winfrey. Just Scotty's first. Team 4. Quickly they get it in, nearly stolen. Here comes Higgins. Bounces it off the knee, no call. Some of the Uniontown fans use some of that barnyard language down there. Pull-up jumper on the way, will not go. Rebound by Higgins, it's stripped. The big boy stays with it. Gerwig lays it up and in. And Uniontown, who had held Schenley at bay on the glass through the second and third quarters, watching Schenley start to regain that advantage. 55-52, Truly has its pick, but Nelson Jones runs it down. Scotty, step in, stolen. Here come the Spartans again. All the way, lay it up, will not go. Big miss, and they turn it over. Nope, they say it stays with Uniontown. Missing the layup for Schenley there was Chris Jackson. I mean, he was wide open, couldn't get it to fall. And now they give the ball back to Schenley. 3-point Schenley lead, their biggest lead of the second half. Whistle and a foul. They said he stepped in, no. They said that Chris Jackson stepped in on the inbounds. Jackson watching Tink Truly here. Somebody's going to have to, so Terrence Vaughn's going to have to handle the basketball. De'Aaron Jenkins, pull up for 3, can't get it to go. Jackson runs it down. Right now, Uniontown needs to get a stop here. Schenley fans on their feet on the other side of the floor. They're looking for the knockout punch here. Nearly stolen. Jumper will not go. Gerwig taps it up and in. 5-point Schenley lead. And the Raiders have got players down on the floor. We'll take a timeout here. It's Schenley 57, Uniontown 52.
Harold Standard High School Hoops is sponsored by Jackson's Farms, 43 years locally owned. Farm fresh milk and homemade ice cream. One-stop shop. Dairy, deli, bakery, and hot lunches daily. Toby's Golf on the corner of Beeson and Fayette Streets, a full-service station, 24-hour emergency road service, state inspection, and minor auto repairs. Joyce's Fine Jewelry in Uniontown, the most trusted name in fine jewelry. A large selection of diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Watches custom designed and repaired on premises.
Maloney's, located in downtown Uniontown, serve traditional Italian and American cuisine. Open for lunch and dinner, also featuring a private banquet room. Maloney's, a Uniontown tradition for nearly 50 years.
Penn State Fayette is roaring into the millennium with our 4 programs. Our basketball, volleyball, softball, and baseball teams are recruiting players for the fall 2000 seasons. Call admissions team or visit our website and join the Penn State Roaring Lions. Valley National Gases, located on Route 40 East in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Call 438-1161. The following businesses and individuals help to make this broadcast of the Uniontown Red Raider Playoff basketball possible.
You don't have to drive to Pittsburgh to get quality legal services. The hometown team of Davis & Davis will even come to your home to help with your case. You can count on Davis & Davis, a team of professionals working for you.
As we come back to California, where a couple Raiders were shaken up. Looks like Team Truly and De'Aaron Jenkins. And right now, Schenley with the 57-52 lead here. Uniontown needs to make a big play. Schenley has erased the 51-47 third quarter deficit and has outscored Uniontown 10-1 here to start the fourth and final period. With Tink out of the ball game, it's going to force somebody else to handle it, and Scotty Winfrey does, and we get a whistle and a foul. So now Scotty Winfrey and company are going to be called upon to step it up here. And a big foul there for Schenley. That was on Chris Jackson, his fourth. Sidney Tompkins makes his entrance back into the game. They've held Tompkins to no points here. Uniontown inbounds. Terrence Vaughns, they'll get it back to Scotty Winfrey. Scotty crossover, puts it up, whistle, foul. Scotty will go to the foul line. Higgins gets the foul for the Schenley Spartans. That'll be Jack's first, team 6. So right now, Uniontown closing on getting into the one-on-one. 57-52, Schenley Spartans lead it. Scotty's first free throw back of the iron. Uniontown has not shot free throws extremely well here. Can't get it to go, missed them both. And now Schenley with the 5-point lead. We'll see if they work on the clock. Skip it across, and they call a walk on Schenley. So Uniontown looking to cut into the 5-point Schenley advantage. We're halfway home here in the fourth period, which has been a very good basketball game from the get-go. Nelson Jones got it to go down. Three-point Schenley lead. Lob, Gerwick counted. Timeout, Uniontown. It's 59-54 Schenley. And we'll just keep it right here as Schenley holds now that 5-point lead at 59-54. As we said, the winner of this one will advance into the second round of the state high school basketball playoffs. in the Western Regional. The winner of this game will take on Hollidaysburg, the District 6 champions. Hollidaysburg right now going into their game today with Bethel Park is 23-2. Bethel Park, the District 7 8th place team, the Park comes in at 16-10. Some of the teams to watch on this side of the bracket, Penn Hills, they were playing Central Mountain. Plum was taking on Erie Central. Peabody, the city champions, was taking on Shaler. It was DuBois against Peters Township. Hollidaysburg, Bethel Park. McDowell against Upper St. Clair. It's Erie McDowell, the District 10 champions. And Butler was taking on Oliver. So after the timeout, Uniontown trails this one by 5, 59-54 to the Spartans of Schenley. Schenley, the number 2 seed out of the city. And quickly, they come the other way. Tink Truly back in the ballgame. That's a great sign for the Red Raiders. And they turn it over. Here comes Schenley, 2-on-1. Higgins can't get it to go down, but there's the follow. 61-54. Truly blocked. I believe it's 62-54 Schenley. We can't see the scoreboard from here. So it's an 8-point Schenley Spartan lead. Dier, Jenkins can't get it to go down. Schenley now working against the Uniontown man-to-man. To the corner they go. Higgins dumps it inside. Whistle, foul. And going to the line for Schenley. Truly picks up his 4th foul. Truly giving on tanners. Free throw on the way and down. Uniontown right now needs some kind of big play. Second one I'll go. Now it's 62-54. The ball is tipped out, belongs to Uniontown. So it's 62-54 now. It's favor Schenley. And Uniontown needs to make some sort of run. They've got to make one last effort here. They've been held to 3 points here in the fourth quarter. Jenkins. Back to Tink Truly. Tink has it stripped. Schenley coming back the other way. We have a whistle and a foul. And right now, the Schenley Spartans are feeling it a little bit. They think this one is over. Terrence picks up his 2nd foul, just the team's 6th. Uniontown trails by 8. This is the farthest they've been behind. Uniontown led by 4 going into the 4th period, but it has been all Schenley right now. See if Schenley looks to pull this out a little bit. Whistle, charge, and Uniontown will get the basketball. Scotty Winfrey takes it. And the foul was on Chaz McCrummins. So Uniontown, at least with the door cracked open here. Move, puts it up. Goaltending called on Schenley. So Uniontown has cut it to 62-56. Dier Jenkins gets the bucket. And I don't know if that was going to go in. But Uniontown gets a break. Now they'll come with full court pressure. And Schenley got to call timeout. They couldn't get it in. See if this is a 20-seconder. And Schenley's going to take a full. So we'll take a timeout also. You're watching high school basketball on Herald Standard Television. It's Uniontown trailing 62-56.
Selecting an attorney can be difficult. Did you know that there are almost 1 million attorneys in the United States? Did you know that a national board measures their experience and expertise? And that fewer than 2,200 achieve certification? Did you know that only 30 attorneys in the country were certified in both civil and criminal law? Did you know that 2 of them live and work right here? Meet James and Samuel Davis, the hometown professionals at Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law.
Okay, back to California. Uniontown trails by 6 to the Schenley Spartans. All the way, Higgins can't get it to go. Ball comes out of there, belongs to the Raiders. And Uniontown takes a timeout. Good hustle by Tink Truly. And Uniontown will get the basketball. So the Raiders looking to make one last push against the Schenley Spartans here. And Coach Dave Shuck's going to talk it over with the Raiders. If you remember, the Raiders right now sitting as the 3rd place team out of District 7. So we're looking at the brackets here, and out east, looking at the eastern brackets, maybe some of the teams you want to take a look at here out of the east. At least in the first round, Coatesville, Allentown, Deeriff, Williamsport, Penberry, Lancaster, McCaskey, Hatboro, Horsham, Parkland, and Chester all come through with wins. Williamsport may be the team to watch there. Them and Coatesville, 2 very good programs out of the eastern part of the state, the Millionaires and the Coatesville Red Raiders. So Uniontown trails by 6 with the basketball here late in the 4th quarter. Truly looking to make some sort of a move. Good defense here by Schenley. Jumper on the way down. Big 3, catches the 3. And we have a whistle and a foul. And Uniontown, I believe, is going to go to the line here. So it's 62-59. And I believe Tink Trudy is going to go to foul line here. So De'Aaron Jenkins with another clutch 3. Got it. 62-60. Another one coming for Tink. Got them both. 1 point Schenley Spartan lead at 62-61. And the Uniontown fans calling for defense. They turn it over, Schenley does. It belongs to the Red Raiders. And Schenley will take a timeout. So Uniontown has climbed their way back into this. This will be a full one taken by the Schenley Spartans. They trailed by 8. They trail now by 1. And the Schenley faithful over on the other side are a little bit stunned. So Uniontown will try to take the lead. We'll see what they run here. They've been doing a lot with their 1-4 set here, trying to get some penetration by Truly and a kick out. Schenley looked to be on their way, but the Raiders have dug down deep here and have cut it to 62-61. And the Uniontown student body section on the bottom bleacher over there really getting into it. And we have a whistle and a foul. And Uniontown's going to go back the other way to the line with a chance to tie it. Fouls on Jackson. And Charles Jackson has just fouled out for the Schenley Spartans. Higgins will come in to replace him. Tink Truly ties it. Now for the Red Raider lead. Uniontown's got the lead by 1. 63 stolen. And Uniontown now can run the clock. Who would have thunk it about a minute and a half ago? Jacobs now. Chris will handle the basketball. It's the man you want in his hands right here, Tink Truly. He is perfect from the foul line. Uniontown trying to play take from Schenley here as they move the basketball. Terrence Vaughn's going to get fouled. So Terrence is going to the foul line here, and these are clutch. He needs to at least make one of the two here. He makes them both. Uniontown's in the driver's seat. Schenley takes timeout. It's 63-62, the Uniontown Red Raiders. And Terrence Vaughn is going to get to the foul line here. Maybe with a chance to ice this thing. It was 62-54 Schenley. They had come out smoking in the fourth quarter. Because remember, they trailed 51-47. Uniontown led by 4. And then Schenley just come out in the fourth quarter and jumped out to a 62-56 lead, 54 lead. And now Uniontown has rallied. A 9-0 run here over the last minute and a half. And now Terrence Bonds needs to knock these two down. So here we go. Terrence Vaughns to go to the foul line. Can't get it to go down. Lead holds at 1 at 63-62. Second one is good. Raiders by 2. Now they got to play defense. Nearly a walk. Raiders fans wanted it. I need another walk, no call. Higgins, jumper, we're tied. Uniontown, though, can play for the win here. Look for Tink Truly here on a little penetration. Truly, jumper, won't go. Rebound. It belongs to Uniontown. And I believe there's like 4 seconds left here in the quarter in the game. Truly, Terrence Vaughn's 3 will not go. We're going to overtime. Uniontown has battled back to send it to overtime. It's the Red Raiders 64, Schenley 64. Well, it's been so good that the Raiders and Spartans decided they would treat everybody to 4 more minutes. As Uniontown and Schenley are tied at 64 after 32 minutes of basketball. The winner takes on either Bethel Park or Hollidaysburg in round 2 of the state playoff. And Uniontown wins the tap. Great hustle, Nelson Jones. And here we go. Every possession important now. Truly's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line. So Tink Truly, who's been perfect at the foul line, will go to the foul line to shoot a pair. And I believe McCrummins has just fouled, Tompkins has just fouled out, which means both of the guards of the Schenley Spartans are gone. So Tink Truly, the go to the foul line. Raiders lead it. Second one coming for Tink Truly. Got them both, 66-64. Uniontown leads it by 2. Stolen by Truly on the floor. Schenley gets it back. And now we're going to get a turnover on Schenley. And Uniontown now can work the clock. They got the 2-point advantage. Jumper will not get tapped up one time, won't go. Gerwick with the rebound. Uniontown on a 12-2 run, and we get a foul on the Raiders. So Uniontown's on a 12-2 run over the last 4 minutes of the basketball game. And Schenley now in the 1-on-1. Back of the iron won't go. Uniontown runs it down. The Raiders got it. 66-64. Uniontown by a bucket. Schenley now, man-to-man. Truly nearly lost it. Good job, Nelson Jones. Raiders trying to spread the floor here. Terrence Vaughn's behind the back dribble, kicks all the way back out. Tink nearly loses it. Ball's on the deck. Still on the floor. We got a first down by somebody out there. Timeout, Uniontown. Dude, that looked like a rugby scrum out there in the middle of the floor. But you know, Schenley looks like no emotion out there in this basketball game. So Uniontown takes the timeout. They lead it by 2. Looks like Scotty Winfrey's going to come back in. Dude, this big crowd here in California has been treated to one heck of a high school basketball game. Both teams have gone after each other tooth and nail here. Uniontown has not backed down from the #1 team in the state of Pennsylvania. And Uniontown will have the basketball. They will inbounds from about mid-court. Schenley with a ton of pressure. Uniontown gets it in. Truly around, kick out. Garrett Jenkins. Jones thought about it, down. Nelson Jones. And Uniontown with a 4-point lead. And they steal it, and back come the Raiders. No foul call. So it's 68-64. Now Uniontown can really spread the floor here. Nearly stolen. Schenley needs to do something because Uniontown just running the clock. They're into the spread game here, Uniontown is. No foul called there. Trying to get the foul. Great job by Chris Jacobs. Gerwick could not get him. And now Chris with a chance to start putting the nail in the Schenley Spartan coffin. He nails both of these, it becomes a 2 3-point ball game, 3-pointer possession ball game. Can't get it to go down, Chris can't. Needs to get the second one here, make it a 5-point ball game. Got it, Uniontown by 5. 69-64, Raiders by 5. Uniontown just need to play good, solid defense here. Around, lays it up and in. The Crummins cuts it to 3. Whistle and a foul. Scotty Winfrey will go to the line. Higgins gets the foul. Now Scott needs to bury these. Get at least one of these. Because right now it's a one-possession ball game. Will not go down. It was halfway home for Scotty. Terrence in the ball game. Now looks like coming for De'Aaron Jenkins. Okay, Uniontown's bench over there are relatively calm. Schenley takes time out. But a Uniontown bench just chilling over there. Like this is an everyday occurrence for the Red Raiders. Tell you what, this would shock. I don't know if it would shock, but it would surprise a lot of people. Should Uniontown hold on and win this ball game? Because I think a lot of people thought Schenley was going to come in here and just take the Red Raiders apart. You know, they've been #1 all year. In fact, I think Peabody's the only team that beat them. But I think Schenley's closest game was with Peabody the 2 times they played them in the regular season. Everybody else they've been like just pounded on. They've been beaten by like 20 and 30 points. I think a lot of people thought after Uniontown's tough loss to Penn Hills, how would the Raiders respond? And then the questioning part was, how would Schenley respond after that tough loss to Peabody in the city championship game? Well, Uniontown has answered their question. They have come out and played as hard as you could possibly play here tonight. I mean, they were actually out. Tink Trude and De'Aaron Jenkins were out on the floor. They were down by 8. Did not look good, but the Raiders dug down deep. And right now, in overtime, they hold the 3-point lead. 69-66 Raiders. Winfrey. Scotty can't get it to go down. Schenley now with a chance to tie. Nearly stolen it. Tink almost got it. Schenley pushing the ball. Nearly stolen again. 3-pointer on the way. Front of the iron won't go. Gerwick puts it up. It's down to 1. 69-68. Uniontown trails by 1. Terrence Vaughn's going to get fouled. (70-69) Schenley. Terrence Vaughn's with the follow. And now Terrence Vaughn's with 1.8 seconds left is going to go to the foul line with a chance for Uniontown to win it. Got it. Raiders are tied at 70. Now with a chance to give Uniontown the lead. Terrence actually asking for quiet from the Uniontown faithful. Terrence with a chance to give the Raiders the lead. They've got it. They lead by 1. Schenley trying to inbounds. Ball's tapped out of there. And is it over? But I think Schenley's got about 0.8 of a second left on the clock. All they can do is catch and throw it. Down, tapped up, false, it's over. Uniontown has upset Schenley. The Uniontown Red Raiders have upset Schenley here in the opening round of the PIAA Playoffs, 71-70. In overtime, Uniontown, what a great job by the Red Raiders as they come from behind to stun the Schenley Spartans, the #1 ranked team in the state of Pennsylvania. What a great job tonight by Uniontown. And we'll quickly go over the leading scorers here as pandemonium has broken out here at Hamer Hall for Uniontown. Team Truly with 16, Terrence Vaughns with 19, Scotty Winfrey with 6, Chris Jacobs with 6, Travis Grady with 4, Nelson Jones with 1, I believe. Excuse me, with 6. De'Aaron Jenkins, big night with 20. The Uniontown Red Raiders, 25 field goals, 13 of 24 for 71 points. 2 big free throws by Terrence Vaughns to win it. Truly goes 8 for 8 from the foul line. The Red Raiders win this one 71-70. For Schenley, McCrummins with 15, Jackson with 10, Hawkins with 18, Gurk with 15. Uniontown wins this one 71-70. They'll meet either Hollidaysburg or Bethel Park. You've watched high school basketball on Herald Standard Television. Once again, the final score, Uniontown upsets Schenley 71-70.